Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. I'm Tremaine Wright, the Chair of the Cannabis Control Board. Recognizing that we have all board members present, I'm pleased to call to order this ninth meeting of the Cannabis Control Board. Welcome to all of you who are participating via real-time live stream. This meeting will be recorded as well as transcribed and made available to the public on our website at www.cannabis.ny.gov. And also just be aware that there is a designated tab indicating board meetings where you can access that information. Today's agenda is going to be somewhat shorter. It includes a number of one very important substantive item, and it includes a welcome and a review and approval of the meeting minutes from the Cannabis Control Board meeting from April 14th, consideration of the recommended conditional cultivar applications for licensure, and a report from the Office of Cannabis Management's Executive Director, Chris Alexander, and then we will adjourn. At our last meeting, we approved 52 adult use conditional cultivator licenses. It was part of our Seeding Opportunities program, which was passed by it was signed by our governor in February. That allowed us to issue cultivation licenses to our first batch of farmers. It additionally provided a way for us to plan for and to support our first batch of retail dispensaries, which we plan to open later this year. So far, this has had a tremendous impact in our communities statewide, and we were able to capture one farmer's thoughts on it, and we have a video of it. We've shared it on social media, but we'd like to play for you now. Thank you.
My name is Phil Spinelli, and my partner Christine and I operate a small farm in Albany County, and we are one of the first 52 adult-use cannabis cultivators in the great state of New York. We started growing certified organic vegetables, and then we pivoted into hemp and CBD production. Growing hemp for 2 seasons, we definitely experienced a downturn in the market. One of the factors was the severe competition from all over the United States. It made it very hard for New York's own farmers to really compete. The cannabis industry in New York is being set up in such a radically different fashion than any other state in the union by prioritizing small businesses, small farms, really focusing on social equity and not on prioritizing large corporations. As a small farmer, it is an opportunity to put fallow fields back in production, fill empty greenhouses with a much needed valuable crop. Starting an industry with the right foundation is a very thoughtful way to make sure that it stays sustainable, fair, and equitable. And the people have spoken and the state has listened, and the result is a bunch of small family farms being offered an opportunity that was extremely historical and, the first in the industry.
I want to say thank you first for sharing his heartfelt sentiments with us and his thoughts on what's happening here in the market and how it's impacting our communities statewide. It is encouraging to us. And so without further ado, we want to move forward with the work we have before us today. The first order of business is the review and approval of the meeting minutes from April 14th Cannabis Control Board meeting. However, before we move much further, just like I say every meeting, I need to make some remarks about open meetings law. The Cannabis Control Board is subject to the open meetings law to ensure the greatest levels of transparency and public participation in the affairs of government. Due to the ongoing pandemic, we have requested that members of the public join us via video conference, which we will continue to offer in order to keep the public and members of this body safe. Now I'll read a brief statement on open meetings law into the record. Pursuant to Chapter 1 of the Laws of 2022, enacted on January 14th, 2022, board members may continue to fully participate in meetings via video conference from locations that are not open to the public, provided that the public has the ability to view or listen to such proceedings, and the meetings are recorded and later transcribed. The public was provided with information on how to access this meeting within our public meeting notice, which was distributed to members of the press and posted on the OCM website. A recording of this meeting, together with a transcript, will also be made available on the OCM website, just as previous recordings, meeting minutes, and transcripts are archived there. Please note the designated tab is entitled Board Meetings. May I please have a motion to approve the April 14th, 2022 board meeting minutes?
So moved.
May I have a second? And probably moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Board members or questions? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The motion to approve the April 14th, 2022 board meeting minutes carries. Concerning the next order of business, may I please have a motion to consider and approve resolution number 2022-09, resolution approving conditional cultivator applications for licensure.
I'll make that motion.
Have a second? Second. Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Alexander if you can please provide an overview of the applications.
Absolutely. Thank you, Madam Chair and board members. The 36 applications before you would add to the 52 that you approved at the April 14th board meeting. We're excited to get the growing season underway and to enable our farmers, our small farmers, as demonstrated in the video, to continue to provide a foundation for the market. So far, our team has received over 200 applications from New York's hemp farmers, and we're continuing to review, and we appreciate the willingness of the board to meet frequently to get these licenses out the door. I want to remind everybody in the public that applications for the conditional cultivator license does close on June 30th. Through the Seeding Opportunity Initiative, these farmers are cultivating the first products that will be sold in dispensaries owned by Justice Involved New Yorkers by the end of the year. So we're excited to move this forward. With every step, we're trying to build a national model on how to build an adult use program the right way. So thank you, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Chris. Are there any questions? Yes.
So we're doing 30 some odd this time. Kind of what do we have in the pipeline?
So we received about 200 applications total, and the 52 out. There is stringent background compliance checks going on currently, making sure individuals have submitted all required documentation. So I think we have another 100 or so that can be coming along the pipeline quickly to be in front of the board.
Great, fantastic.
May I please have a motion to consider and approve resolution number 2022-09, resolution approving cultivator applications for licensure. First, may I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion, questions, or comments? I'll call for a vote. Ms. Metzger?
Aye.
Ms. Garcia?
Aye.
Mr. McDaniel?
Aye.
Mr. Perry?
Aye.
I vote in favor as well. So the motion to approve resolution number 2022-09, resolution approving conditional cultivator applications for licensure carries.
Madam
Yes.
Chair, just one note for the record. I'd like the record to reflect that I'm abstaining on numbers 005, 062, and 123, but in affirmative or no objection on all the rest.
Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Alexander for your executive report, please.
Absolutely. Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to start by highlighting the release of our newest phase of the Cannabis Conversation Public Education Campaign. This wide-reaching campaign got its start in April, is already visible on television, billboards, social media, and transit. And it informs the public about the state's new cannabis law. Last meeting, we were able to show you some clips of the ads that are currently rolling, and I'd like to show you some more today. The new messages dive deeper into the initial issues that we presented in the overarching campaign. Those focus on making sure New Yorkers don't drive under the influence. They understand to keep secondhand smoke of cannabis away from other people. They properly store the cannabis in the household, keeping out of reach from children and pets, and raising awareness about the risks cannabis poses to youth and the growing brains. We'll now show some quick ads.
Don't drive high. You could hurt yourself or someone else and get a DUI. Remember to talk to your passengers because it is illegal for them to use cannabis in a vehicle. If you feel different, you drive different. Join the cannabis conversation at cannabis.ny.gov.
Cannabis is now legal in New York for those 21 and over, but we need to be mindful of where we use it. Secondhand smoke can impact those around you. For more information, visit cannabis.ny.gov.
New York has legalized cannabis for adults 21 and over. To help keep your children and pets safe, it's best to keep it locked up and out of sight. If you choose to use cannabis, please store it responsibly. For more information, join the cannabis conversation at cannabis.ny.gov.
Cannabis is now legal in New York, but only for adults 21 and over. You should talk with the young people in your life early and often about the effect that cannabis can have on the growing brain. For more information, go to cannabis.ny.gov.
Thank you so much. And I want to big shout out to our Deputy Director of Public Health, Safety, and Campaigns, Lila Hunt, for the work on that, as well as our communications team, done some incredible work. As you see, every advertisement points New Yorkers back to our website, which will continue to be updated with FAQs and fact sheets so that folks can really join the cannabis conversation. I encourage everyone to visit and learn more. And as stated frequently, our new approach is focusing and hoping to demonstrate that educating the public on the facts around our new cannabis law, including information to help protect youth and keep roads safe, are our top priorities. So thank you. This education campaign is just the beginning, and we're excited to continue to provide opportunities for New Yorkers to learn more about cannabis.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for the wonderful policy program that's being rolled out through our campaign across the state. I hope people have an opportunity to see them live and in person. I took the A train the other day, and the train was wrapped in Cannabis Control Board messaging. So hopefully somebody wrecked the signs, went home and locked it up, stayed away from someone while they were smoking, and really just were paying attention to it. So, but off to a great start. And at this time, I just want to bring your attention to our next board meeting. The time, location, and a live stream link will be shared on cannabis.ny.gov in advance of the next meeting, as well as a recording of today's meeting, the meeting minutes, and a transcription will be posted as well. And that concludes today's agenda items. May I please have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
So moved.
Second. Are there any questions, comments, discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
And the motion to adjourn this meeting carries. Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.